Tir na Nog Awards 2020. The Secret Dragon. Ed Clarke.
What's your name and how did you become an author?
Hi, I'm Ed Clarke. I'm the author of The Secret Dragon. You might be able to see behind me there. My other job when I'm not writing is I'm a film and TV producer. And a few years ago now, I came up with an idea for a film about fairies living in the royal parks of London and about a girl who turns into one. And I was talking to writers who I would normally ask to do that writing for me and turn it into a screenplay. And they were really nice about that idea, and they said they thought it was a really good one, but they felt that it was something that I could tell as a book if I wrote it myself. And so they kind of encouraged me into having a go, which I did, and I really enjoyed that process. And I was lucky enough to get an agent and to get that published as a novel called Roanoke-Wing and the follow-up Roanoke-Wing Night of the Fox. And I really loved it, and so I kept on writing, and then the next idea was the Secret Dragon.
Tell us about your shortlisted Tir na Nog book.
This book came about really because of my love for Wales, which is where my mum and dad lived for 20 years. They moved there to the Vale of Glamorgan on the Heritage Coast. They live about 5 minutes walk from the cliff tops and the beaches there on the Heritage Coast. And I've always loved it ever since they moved there. And I walked up and down those cliffs many, many, many times. And there's some amazing rock formations there, and people find lots of fossils. And so I'd sort of wondered what would happen if a girl who loves fossil hunting and was desperate to be a scientist was walking along that beach one day and cracked open a rock, and instead of finding a fossil that she would normally do, she finds a tiny dragon, and that dragon's alive. But being a scientist and wanting to be a scientist, she's really worried that creature will be taken away from her if she tells anyone about it. So she decides to keep it a secret, hence the Secret Dragon. But that dragon is really mischievous and it doesn't want to be kept a secret. And so the adventures start there.
What did you enjoy most and least about writing this book?
I always enjoy the bit where the ideas kind of pop in and you think, oh yeah, that's a great idea. I like that works. Or when you kind of solve a problem in the writing or in the story and something doesn't work and you try and you find out a way of making it work. Or when a character says something that you're not expecting that you enjoy, because it slightly takes on a life of its own, you find a little bit, and that's a really nice part of the process. But the least fun, I think, is the days that you really don't want to be doing it, or you don't feel like it, or that the ideas won't come, or that you don't feel that there is a way out of a problem. But then, luckily, we have people to help, people like editors and agents who read and help you through those problems. So there's always a way.
What was your favourite book as a child?
I think my favourite book as a child was Danny Champion of the World. I just loved that it wasn't about anything fantastical. It was just about a lovely relationship between a boy and his father. And it just felt like a story that could happen to anyone. And I think that's why I like to write stories, even though it's rare to find a dragon. I like stories where it starts in the real world and just could be in your back garden or down the road or in the playground, and then something amazing happens, and then that's the start of a story.
Where do you like to write?
In this room, which is, I won't show you all of it because it is full of boxes at the moment because we moved house a little while ago. But this is where I write now, and it's actually an old cow shed. You can probably see little old beams and things. And it's a nice old building with a nice view. I'll show you the view, actually. There we go. Excuse the boxes. There we go. You can see out there. So I can see sheep in the fields while I'm writing. So that's very nice.
Do you have any advice for a budding writer?
Yes, I mean, I think the main thing is to ask that question, which is sort of what if this happened? What if a girl cracked open a rock and found a tiny dragon? That was the starting point for my story. And then you just ask more of those questions. So what would happen next? And what if someone found out about that dragon? And what would happen then?